Hey y'all, welcome back to Apron Strings. It's been a little while since I've been here. I've been a busy red hen. I've been working in my garden, and I'm telling you I can hardly get between the beds because stuff is grown so prolifically. And it's raining today, or I would give y'all a peep out there. I'll do that again in a few days. But I'm going to make 2 or 3 different dishes today, but I'm going to show y'all one at a time. That way I'll be back in here with y'all a little more often. I've got 2 pounds of burger, ground beef, that I've got browning off here in the skillet. So that's going to be in all of the dishes. So I'm just getting that ready. I've also prepped some chopped some jalapenos and some onion. I'm just saving some time. Y'all don't have to watch me do that when the time comes to use it. So I'm going to make, the first thing I'm going to make and show y'all is stuffed Mexican cornbread. And it's a whole meal in itself. So I've got to get the meat done, and then I'll get the cornbread done, and in the next video you'll see what else I'm making, another couple of good meals. And this is to let you know you can take time and brown 2 or 3 pounds of hamburger, season it like you like it, and separate it and freeze it. And when you want to make another dish, just bring it out and your meat's done, and that's what usually takes the longest. So today that's exactly what I'm doing, except I'm going to go ahead and probably use what I'm fixing. I'm cooking a pot of pinto beans. I've showed y'all how I do those. There's a video. I'll try to look it up and link it down below. But I'm going to have pinto beans, and then I'm going to have this stuffed cornbread with the beans for supper tonight. I think April and Lauren are going to come and eat with me, and I love it. And then you'll just have to wait and see what the next thing is. But I'll be back here in just a little bit, and we'll be making cornbread. Okay, my meat has thawed, and it's starting to brown. I just put it on simmer on my burner to let it thaw out because it was totally frozen. Now I'm going to add in my onions and let them get translucent. And I'm not going to put bell pepper in the whole meat because if I'm cooking for the kids, they don't like bell pepper. So I'm going to add onion and let that cook in and get tender, and then I'm going to divide the meat up and use some for today and then some for another video that y'all will see in a couple of days. This is a whole medium onion chopped, and I'm just going to let it cook with a lid on it until it gets tender. Okay, I've divided the meat, and I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning to the meat. And just mix that in. You may have to add a little liquid because this is grass-fed beef, and it's very, there's not much fat in it. Maybe not, because I want it to be flavorful, so maybe it'll stick to the beef a little bit better. And I had added some olive oil when I started thawing it, so okay, I think that's going to be okay. Now I'm going to bring y'all over to the butcher block, and we're going to mix up our cornbread, and then we're going to stuff it and get it in the oven, and then this old gal is going to eat some. Okay, I've got my cornbread mix in here, and I'm going to tell y'all what I put in it, and I'll have an exact amount card at the end. But I've got about 1.5 cups of cornmeal, and probably 3/4 of a cup of flour, a tablespoon heaped of baking powder, probably 2 teaspoons of salt, a couple of tablespoons of garlic powder, and about a tablespoon of onion powder because I like it garlicky, and just a little black pepper. And then I'll tell you what else we're going to put in it. And that's basically my regular cornbread recipe. So we'll just I'll put a card down with those measurements on it. You're going to have to watch to see how I assemble this, because the recipe card is not going to show you how to stuff it and what I do. And that reminds me I need to turn the oven on. Let me do that real quick. I cook my cornbread in an iron skillet, and I cook it at 400 degrees, but because this has a lot in the middle, it's stuffed, I'm going to cook it at probably 350, 375, and it's going to take about 40 minutes probably, but I'll let y'all know exactly how much when we get to that point. So I'm going to add enough milk to make this a batter. I'm going to add 2 eggs from my ladies. Little boogers. I've got 7 left, and they're kind of lazy. I'm getting, a lot of days I get 4 eggs, which that's good. Get the eggs stirred in good. Now, what I'm doing to the cornbread is my basic jalapeno cornbread recipe. So if you don't want to stuff it, what I put into this mix before I put half in and stuff it is jalapeno cornbread. It's wonderful with cabbage, it's wonderful with pinto beans or whatever. But I wanted a complete meal, so I'm stuffing it today. I need to put a can of cream-style corn in the cornbread batter. And there is a link down below for this ratchet can opener, and it's one of the best things I've ever had. So if y'all want to order you one, I get a little bit of credit for it. Now my meat already has some onions in it, but I want some in the batter of the cornbread too. So that's probably about 3/4 of a cup of onion. And this is 1/2 of a cup of chopped pickled jalapenos. Then I'm going to put about a handful, is about a cup of cheddar cheese, maybe a little over. That's sharp cheddar. And I grated it myself, and that's the best kind to have. Okay, so I've got the batter ready. Let me show you. I've just got it all mixed up here in the bowl. And now we're going to assemble it and stuff the cornbread. Let me get a little bit of egg white over here. Let me get it up. Y'all, we're getting some rain. We have had about 4 inches of rain, and goodness knows we needed it. I'm excited about the rain. I went and took my ferns and my ivies, and I set them out there, out from under the porch where they get some rainwater. It does them so much good. Okay, you want to put about 1/2 of your cornbread mix into your skillet or whatever you're using, this pan. Then I'm going to sprinkle a little more cheese. When I serve this, I serve it with, just like tacos, with grated lettuce and tomatoes and cheese and sour cream. I don't think I have lettuce today, so it'll just be sour cream and picante sauce, my homemade, on top of it. But that's how I usually serve it, and it's just a whole meal. It's yummy. Okay, let me get the meat on it. how much y'all can see. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I've got it just layered with the hamburger meat. And I'm not going to put any more cheese right here because we've already put a lot of cheese. Got a little dry flour there that I needed to mix up. And you just want to spread that last layer, but may not quite have enough, I don't know. Cornbread mix on the top of your meat. Stuff it in between the two layers. I do have, y'all know I told you I've got pinto beans cooked, but a lot of times when Troy was alive especially, this would be the whole meal. Just stuffed cornbread with the trimmings on the top. And it's very filling. Hallelujah. About got that one done. Okay, I'm going to get this over there in the oven. Let me show y'all. Can't dump it sideways too much because it'll run out. But see? Cornbread on the bottom, stuffed in the middle, cornbread on the top. It's going to be good here in a little bit. So I'm going to get this in the oven and I'll let you know how long it cooks. And we'll dish some up. I'll dress it up like I'm going to eat it. And I'll show y'all what it looks like. You probably have most of this in your kitchen. So you could probably make you some tonight if you wanted to. I'll be back in just a little bit. Got 10 minutes left on the cornbread. And it just needs to get good and brown. But I was going to, I don't know if I showed y'all this before. Shirley's and Richard got me this for one of my Christmas gifts. And it looks like a little wooden tree, but when you pick it off and you set your hot pot on it, it's a trivet. And then it pops right back up to go back on here. I love it. And I'm going to be putting my cornbread on a couple of them here in a minute when I get it out of the oven. I think they got it on Amazon. I haven't put a link down, but if you're interested, I'll try to find a link and put it down below where you can look them up. It's a wonderful gift, and it's a wonderful thing to have and use. I like kitchen gadgets. Did y'all know that? Useful little trivets. I'm going to let it cool a little bit, and then I'm going to cut it and plate some and show y'all how I serve it. Now I'm going to bring you over here and show you if I had a crowd here and I made a bunch of it, I would have all of the condiments in bigger containers. But I always I clear this off and I always set up my buffet on this bar here. And so I would have it all where they could put what they wanted on their stuffed cornbread. But as it is, I've got small containers and I'm going to show y'all how I dress mine up here in a little bit and then I'm going to sit down and eat. Okay, I got me one piece out. And what I like to do is put me a little dab of sour cream on it. Or a big dab, whatever. And I like some cheese. And I like a few fresh onions. A little bit of fresh tomatoes. And see, if I had some shredded lettuce to put it on, it would be beautiful. But I don't have the shredded lettuce. So then this is my homemade rotel, and I do have a video on it. I love it. It's like picante salsa, whatever you want to call it. A little bit more cheese on the top for looks. Let me show y'all. Doesn't that look good? We're fixing to see. Let me find a fork over here. It's probably very hot. I better blow on it a little bit. Get my germs all over it. That's what I've been hungry for. And I've got pinto beans cooked, but this is all I'm going to eat. I'm fixing to go sit down at the table and have my cornbread that's stuffed with goodies. And when April gets here, they can eat whatever they want to. The good Lord bless and keep you. Ooh, I got pepper in my throat from the cornbread. I've got another something that I'm going to make, and you'll have another video in a day or two of what I'm making with the rest of the ground beef. And then I've got a really good cake I want to make, and I hope that I can get it all done and get back on the saddle and ride and show y'all some stuff. I'm trying. The good Lord bless and keep you. Do your diligence. Check your pantry. Make sure you got the things that you use the most, the things that make your family happy, because you never know what might not be in the store when you go after it. Okay, take care. Be wise. The Lord bless you, and I'll be back.